What if you were struck by lightning? Lightning is one of the leading weather-related causes of death and injury in the United States. It's also responsible for more than 4,000 deaths worldwide annually, according to those documented in reports from 26 countries. Of every 10 people struck, 9 will survive. But they could suffer a variety of short and long-term effects. Although they last just 0.1 to 0.01 seconds, lightning strikes carry an amount of energy greater than 10 million volts. To put that in perspective, a high-voltage power line is usually 100,000 volts or greater, and a typical home electrical outlet is 110 volts. And the peak temperature of a lightning bolt is 30,000 degrees on the Kelvin scale, or about 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. In this video, we're going to look at what could happen if you were struck by lightning. Before we look at this, a quick reminder to give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it and also to subscribe to Brain Impact for more videos just like this one. But now back to lightning. If you happen to find yourself in the middle of a thunderstorm, the odds of you becoming a lightning victim in the US in any one year is 1 in 700,000. The odds of being struck in your lifetime is 1 in 3,000. About 10% of people who do get hit will die from their injuries. The survivors can, however, experience long-term effects, including severe burns, brain damage, deafness, and memory loss. There are many different ways lightning could strike you. One of these is the direct strike. A person struck directly by lightning becomes part of the main lightning discharge channel. These kinds of strikes are not as common as the other ways people are struck by lightning, but they are potentially the most deadly. In these events, a portion of the current moves along and just over the skin of the surface, called flashover. The rest of the current moves through the body, usually through the cardiovascular and nervous system. The heat produced when lightning moves over the skin can produce burns, but the current moving through the body can short-circuit the small electrical signals that keep your heart, lungs, and nervous system running. That disruption in your heart's electrical rhythm can result in cardiac arrest. The shock can also cause seizures or make it difficult to breathe. If the current enters your skull, it can cook your brain, resulting in brain damage or a coma. Then there's the side flash, also called a side splash. This occurs when a taller object near you is struck. The current jumps from the taller object to you. In essence, you are acting as a short circuit for some of the energy in the lightning discharge. Side flashes generally occur when you are within a foot or two of the object that is struck. Most often, these kinds of events will happen if you were to take shelter from the rain under a tree. Even though this is not a direct hit on your body, it can still cause long-lasting health effects, including thermal burns, muscle injuries, and tissue damage. What's more, blood vessels burst due to the electrical discharge, and the heat can create a scarring pattern called a Lichtenberg figure on the skin. These scars branch out across your body like the limbs of a tree, tracing the path the electricity took as it traveled. When lightning strikes a tree or other object, much of the energy travels outward from the strike, in and along the ground surface. This is what is known as ground current. Anyone outside near a lightning strike is potentially a victim of ground current. This kind of current causes the most casualties and deaths due to the fact that it covers a wider area. Typically, the lightning enters the body at the contact point closest to the strike. It then travels through the body and exits at the contact point farthest from the lightning. The greater the distance between contact points, the greater the potential for death or serious injury. Because large farm animals have a relatively large body, ground current from a nearby lightning strike is often fatal. If your hair stands up in a storm, it could be a bad sign that positive charges are rising through you, reaching towards the negatively charged part of the storm. That's not a good sign. Your best bet is to get yourself immediately indoors. Lightning can travel long distances in wires or other metal surfaces. Metal does not attract lightning, but it provides a path for it to follow, including any metal you may be wearing, like a necklace or a watch. Most indoor lightning casualties and some outdoor are due to conduction strikes. Whether inside or outside, anyone in contact with anything connected to metal wires, plumbing, or metal surfaces that extend outside is at risk. This includes anything that plugs into an electrical outlet, water faucets and showers, corded phones, and windows and doors. All of these kinds of strikes can cause memory loss and personality change, as well as the more severe damage to your body, with at least 70% of victims suffering serious long-term effects. Positive lightning is particularly dangerous because it frequently strikes away from the rain core, either ahead or behind the thunderstorm. It can strike as far as 5 or 10 miles from the storm, in areas that most people do not consider to be a lightning risk area. If you can hear thunder, you are within 10 miles of a storm and can be struck by lightning. The threat of lightning continues for a much longer period than most people realize. You should always wait 30 minutes after the last clap of thunder before leaving shelter. It goes without saying that the best way to avoid getting struck by lightning is to stay indoors away from windows and outlets. But if you do find yourself outside when the storm comes, stay away from tall objects. Are you a fan of thunderstorms or one of these people who hide under the bed covers? Let us know in the comments box, and please like this video if you've enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like this one, then subscribe to Brain Impact for more. Thanks for watching.